In this short video tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can use Google Takeout to archive files that are in your Google MyDrive so that they can be stored in some other form of long-term storage. So as the university moves to quotas within Google Drive, it's going to look at your Google MyDrive, your Google Mail, and Google Photos if that was a service that you were using. But primarily it's looking in Gmail and MyDrive. So what do we do with files that are enormous? Maybe they're lots of video files or photos that take up a lot of space, and we want to back those up in some way without having to copy and move each of them individually. And so that's where Google Takeout comes into play. You can access Google Takeout by visiting takeout.google.com, and you'll log in with your NC State Unity ID and password. The first thing I like to do when I get here is click deselect all. That makes sure that I am just going to export what I want, not all the things in here. So let's go and scroll down to Drive. And you can see here that Google Drive is near the top, and I want to do an export, so I'm going to click that button. And let's take a look at what I'm going to export by default. And by default, it's everything. And I probably don't need to export everything. So I'm going to uncheck this, and then I'm going to click deselect all. You'll notice that only your top level folders are the ones that are included in this export option. And so if you have something in your Google Drive that you want to export, you really need to make sure that you've moved it to the top level of your drive, meaning it's not a folder within a folder. Once that's done, we can go ahead and we can do the backup. And so in this case, what I'd like to back up are the Google Forms user data, Google Sheets user data, and I'm also going to use the proof of completion. So those three folders I want to back up into one archive. And I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to go look at multiple formats, and this is going to tell me how things are going to back up, and I can even make some choices. So if I have a Google Doc, it's going to export it as a Word document. I can also choose to make that a PDF. A drawing, a Google drawing, is going to be a JPEG, or I can make it a PDF. A Google form is going to come out as a zip that may have multiple files depending on what's collected. A Jamboard is always going to come out as a PDF. A Google slide presentation will come out as a PowerPoint or a PDF. And a spreadsheet, so a Google Sheet, will come out as an Excel file or, again, as a PDF. Finally, any file that's uploaded in another original upload format is just going to come out in that format. So let's say I had a PNG file, or maybe I had some sort of proprietary file for Adobe. It's going to come out exactly in that file format. So I'm going to click OK because that looks good to me. Finally, I've got advanced settings, and I can include all kinds of things here. I can include additional information for the files and folders and the named published versions. I'm going to leave all this as the default. Typically, you don't need any of this. So once I'm done here, I have this selected for Drive. I can scroll all the way to the bottom of the list and click Next Step. I just want to export this once, and I want it to send me a download link via email. I want this as a zip file so that it's in a single file, and I want this chunked into 2 GB chunks. If there's more data than that, it's going to split it up into multiple files. Once I'm done here, I can click Create Export, and it's going to begin this process and send me an email. Now, depending on how much data you have and how busy the Google servers are, this is going to take a couple of hours up to a couple of days. The longest I've ever seen it take is 2 days, but I will say that was for somebody backing up all of their Google data in total. And so here you go, that's it. So once you have this, you'll get a link in your email. You can download that, you can put that into network attached storage, maybe in your P drive or S drive. If you have another storage location for something, maybe you are taking some files that you had mistakenly put into your work account that were personal files, and you want to just move those and take them to a personal account. You can do that easily this way as well. Now keep in mind, this doesn't actually delete any files within your Google Drive. Instead, this is just making a copy and doing the download. Once you've done this and you've kind of verified that the files that you wanted are there, you can go back into Google Drive and delete them. Remember that when you do a delete in Google Drive, those files are moved to the trash and they remain there for 30 days. So that's it. That's the process. That's how easy it is to go and grab a top-level folder from within Google MyDrive for export via Google Takeout.